Everyone, good evening. This is Lynn from Paper Piece. I have a disclaimer that I have to start off with immediately. I just filmed pretty much 75% of this video, looked at my iPad and realized I hadn't even hit the start button yet. I'm laughing at myself. So if you laugh at or with me too, I'm okay with it. But there's transparency in humor in looking in the mirror sometimes, and sometimes we just have to call our own selves out. So guess what? That's what I did. That's why you see some things sitting here already. This is not everything, but let me go ahead and get started because I didn't even hit the start button. And I thought, this is when I knew there was a problem. When I was looking at my screen and it faded. And I said, what in the world? I know that I have enough charge, but go figure, it is me. And oh well. Anyway, everybody, thank you for tuning in to Paper Piece this evening. I know it's a Saturday evening. Still, Ollie's is Monday through Sunday. And if you have an opportunity to go in there and find some of these things, I want to encourage you to do so. I was thinking about a couple of things that I've shown you all, and I'm going to do a separate video dedicated to some Cricut items, and I'm going to explain to you several things about them. Now, some of you are Advent Cricut users, and that's okay. I just want to explain a few things for everybody that might not just be using Cricut, okay? That being said, let's get to Cricut. So I went into a store today, and this is not the heat transfer this is not the heat transfer vinyl, but this is permanent vinyl. One of the reasons I got this is because it's glitter and it's white. I hope you can see that a little bit. What I love about white glitter is you can layer it beautifully, regardless of what you're doing. As I was trying to say, but got tongue-tied, this is not heat transfer vinyl. This is permanent vinyl. Still, it can be layered beautifully when working on several other things. As we all have seen when we've gone into several stores, some stores have it for $1.99, some stores have had it for $1, some stores have had it for $2.99. Now, being realistic, given that we all know what Cricut products cost, I still think it's a deal whether it's $1.99 or $2.99. That's just my take, okay? I picked up this pack of stickers because I was able to get the nautical, photo album. And I'm contemplating giving that along with this to one of my family members for Christmas, particularly my son because he's in the Navy. And it has these die cuts in here. It has these puff stickers, and it has another set of puff stickers. Now, in another video, I at one time thought that these were washi, but I can feel them. They're puff stickers too. These were $1, okay? I was able to get some of these Heidi Swapp. It says reflective. I don't know what these things are. I don't know. You can stick them on stuff. You'll have to forgive me this evening. What I do know is I have the card that goes along with this, and I thought this would be a wonderful pairing. Should I offer it as a group to someone or in a D-stash? One of the things I want to make everyone aware of, these boxes feel relatively dated. And so I saw a couple where some of the ephemera in here was trying to slide out. So if I offer a D-stash and you see it glued or taped, don't be alarmed. That's just me trying to make sure that if it says it's 103 pieces in here, you're getting 103. It's just that the boxes are they are dated. They are really dated. And what year is this? 2014. 2014. It's dated, okay? I got some of these cards. These are by One Canoe 2. It's Saturday afternoon. They're 40 in a box. This is what they look like on the other side. I thought they were adorable. I do have a few mini One Canoe 2 pads, and I might pair these up with them. But still, these are gorgeous. And even if I didn't, these are nice. A person could do whatever you wanted to do with them, okay? One of the reasons I have hauled quite a few of these cards, I saw Posh Paper Lady. She's one of my I'm telling you, she's one of my favorites. I learned a lot of different things just by watching her channel. The Posh Paper Lady showcased a video one night where she made 50 notebooks using these types of cards. And it did not dawn on me. I mean, I know we could, but the way she did it, it was beautiful. And so, because I knew you could do it, this is one of the reasons why I have hauled these, because I know throughout our crafting community, everybody is so creative, and that, you know, everybody uses the base of something for something else. And so, as I offer these stashes, I am going to start, I'm doing inventory, but I am going to start including some of these cards in those inventories. I ended up getting this practice hand lettering book. Now, I've seen several people get it, and to me, so I'm a person that can write in cursive. Now, if I ever send you a Happy Mail and it looks like my writing looks like chicken scratch, I was trying really hard to write it, or I was writing on my countertop, which is granite, and you know it can be a little porous, and so I didn't want to rewrite it because what I was saying was exactly what I meant when I was writing it. Forgive me, duh. What I learned from my son is that they're not focused on heavily teaching children to write in cursive these days. And so a lot of parents have been purchasing this book as a guide to help them help their kids, and some of them themselves, learn how to write in cursive, or different techniques with the brush pens and the alcohol markers a little bit and different things. So this is why I went ahead and picked it up so I could, you know, play around with it and see what to do. This is a stack of handmade paper by DCWV. There are only 8 sheets. It was $1.99. Now somebody might say that's a lot for a little bitty pad. Well, it's handmade paper. It's very heavy. And somebody else would say, well, I still think that's a little much. I intend to use some of these pages in a couple of special projects. And even though I purchased a couple of the handmade paper kits to do for myself, this, to me, sometimes you just need a little help. I just needed, a little help. And I think this is going to be beautiful in what I'm working on too, okay? Now that I've gotten past that, all of that I had recorded and didn't record, now I can get to the rest of this, okay? I am not 100% certain if I've shown these, but when I went through my bag was full, and I counted out the number of stickers that I had, and I said, well, maybe I didn't do this. And, I have toyed around with these for a while, since they came out. And I didn't pick them up just to pick them up. I really had to look at them and see how they could be used in the future. And so they're only 16 pieces. When I looked at it, I said, well, these could be used for bookends. They could be used in journals. They could be used in notebooks. They could be used on invitations, greeting cards. I had to see the multifaceted ability to use these I just couldn't look at them in a one-dimensional way. And so because I could take a moment to step back and look at it, especially with the holidays coming up, foil is really, really pretty. People love to receive something with foil on it and glitter. It makes them feel special. And guess what? It really does give off a much more elegant look too. So I grabbed some of these. I got these Disney vacation stickers. I'm going to take it out of here because it seems like it's pretty easy to close back up. What I find interesting about this, okay, yeah. Oh, these are cute. This is nice. So this kind of feels like a piece of chipboard. I think you can use all of it as one big thing, or you can, let's see. Yeah, you can use all of it as one big thing, or if you want, you can kind of separate it too. You're crafty, you know how to do it, all right? But this is cute. These were $1. I got several of these. Okay. I got some of these Jolie's Boutiques. I got a few of these. I didn't get a whole bunch, but I got a few of these. I think these feel like a little felt. I don't know. Let me double check. And it could just be the actual backing itself. Yep, okay. All right. So it is craft paper, but it just has the foam. Well, this feels, yeah. It's craft paper and foam. No, craft paper and felt. And then it has the foam backing to it. Okay, I can see it. I like this, especially with the holidays coming up. I like this a lot. So I got a few of these. See, you gotta know me. I've got to see it in my head, like in the future a little bit before I take and just buy something. I ended up getting, y'all don't laugh at me, for my Lena's Beauty Box side, I got this. Now, I didn't get it to make cookies. I'm contemplating making Nutcracker bath bombs. I'm contemplating. I might not, because I'm not going to be able to get all those colors in there like that. But I might be able to make them multicolored a little bit. I'm just trying to figure out what it is I want to do. And I know I'm not going to sit there and paint each one of them. So that's why I got this, okay? This was $2.99. But guess what? If you want to make cookies with them, you also can too, okay? I got this fabric. It's pretty. I'm just gonna go ahead and slide this one off. I think it can, yep, I can slide this off. All right. I got this fabric. It was $1.99. It's pretty. It's vibrant in color. I don't know if I'm going to use it to cover a journal, if I'm going to do a few pages of something, or just what. But the colors were beautiful. They had several. They had a few that were even dedicated to like Kwanzaa and things of that nature. I did not get a lot of those because the bandages were off of them. And I'm really finicky. I really am. If it's not packaged well like that, I'm finicky. Bottom line, I'm finicky. Because everybody's, trying to grab things. And I don't want to buy fabric that might, I don't want to get anything that's not packaged well in case I plan to pass it on to one of my customers. Or just, de-stash or, By now, you all know me. What has me messed up right now, I still cannot believe that I filmed 75% of this video and had to start all over again. So I'm just feeling discombobulated, and I just ask that you bear with me because, as we know, this too shall pass, but right now it's stuck on me, okay? So here's another piece of fabric that I got. This is pretty. This is so pretty. I just took the band off of it. This is so pretty. Just the colors. I want, with the holidays coming up, I wanted to make sure I showcase these two pieces because I know that the holidays are coming up. Okay? So I got a couple of these. Hold on. Really, I couldn't even believe I did that. When I realized I had done it, I just stopped. I just stopped in my tracks. It was like, this cannot be happening. Really. All right. Here's something that I got. I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna show that one last. Hold on. I got some of these file folders. Now, somebody will say, why did you get some file? Well, let me explain. These file folders can be used to create other things. I think sometimes people tend to forget a file folder. You don't always just have to use it to make a file folder, right? I like these because they have the gold foil on them. And that's one less step I would have to do with something else I might be working on. Just letting you know. We sometimes have to think outside, well, not sometimes. We have to think outside of the box when we are creating things because We do. Yeah, we just do. And we have to, we see things that other people just can't see right off the bat in terms of when we're crafting something. So we just have to be able to see it from a different perspective, I think. Okay? Now here's something that I got. I'm situating all of this because you can laugh at me. I'm okay with that. But Ollie's hasn't always had, what's he thinking? Ollie's hasn't always had craft items. And I haven't always gone into Ollie's. But when I'm in there, I make sure I walk around. Like I said, leave no stone unturned. You never know what you're going to find. Y'all, don't laugh at me. I'm going to have to probably pull back a little bit. I'm going to have to just take and just unhinge this a little bit and just pull back. Hold on. What better way to have a movie night with your grandbabies or your family or yourself with the lights off and the Christmas tree going, with this sitting on top of your mantle? Now, let me show you something. Laugh at me if you must. Laugh at me if you must. But guess what? Reason I got this. This was $2.99. That's why. Okay? Let me turn around. Yep, it was $2.99. I was getting ready to leave the store and I said, let me just walk around. Let me see what's going on. So, what better way to have fun than to have this thing sitting on your mantle with your Christmas tree if you choose to have it, or with your lights going on and it's dark in the house and you have your popcorn and you have your favorite movie you watch on Amazon Prime. There you go. I got 2 of these. One for me and one because I intend to do a giveaway at some point in time, and it will definitely be in there. Everyone, as I try to regain myself, as I try to collect myself from my discombobulation earlier, everybody, please be safe, be kind to yourselves. Don't forget that if you're not receiving anything because you can't go to your own stores, everybody's doing a D-stash, everybody's doing something. Don't be afraid to reach out. And, you know, don't be afraid to reach out. We're a crafting community, right? Everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in to hear me watch Paper Peas. I appreciate you. Take care.